Listen to this every morning, my dear, because the way you begin your day quietly shapes everything that follows. Before you even open your eyes fully, before you reach for your phone, before the world begins asking anything of you, I want you to take a slow, gentle breath. Just breathe. Let it fill your chest softly, and then release it, as if you are letting go of yesterday without needing to hold on to a single piece of it. You don't have to carry yesterday into today. You don't have to bring the weight, the worry, the unfinished thoughts, or the quiet disappointments with you. This moment right here is untouched, and so are you. Tell me something, sweetheart. How often do you wake up already feeling behind? Already thinking about what hasn't worked, what might go wrong, what you need to fix? How often does your mind begin running before your heart even has a chance to speak? It's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. You were simply never taught how powerful your mornings truly are. You were never shown that the first thoughts you choose, the first emotions you allow, are like planting seeds into the soil of your entire day. And whatever you plant, gently, consistently, begins to grow. So if you wake up in worry, the day slowly bends toward more things to worry about. If you wake up in pressure, everything begins to feel urgent and heavy. But if, even just for a moment, you choose something softer, something calmer, something kinder, then something beautiful begins to happen. The day doesn't just happen to you anymore. You begin shaping it from within. Now listen closely, my dear. Your life is not responding to what you want. It is responding to who you are being. And the morning is where that identity is quietly chosen. Not in big, dramatic decisions, not in forcing yourself to be positive, but in the smallest, most gentle awareness, in the way you speak to yourself when no one is listening, in the way you breathe before reacting, in the way you allow yourself to feel. Without rushing to fix everything, take another breath with me, slowly in and softly out. You see, happiness is not something you chase throughout the day. It's something you allow from the very beginning. And I know sometimes that feels difficult because maybe there are things in your life that feel uncertain right now. Maybe there are questions without answers. Maybe there are moments where you feel like you're doing everything right, and yet things are not unfolding as quickly as you hope. And in those quiet spaces, the mind begins to whisper, what if nothing changes? What if I'm stuck like this? What if today is just another heavy day? But sweetheart, those thoughts are not truth. They are simply echoes of yesterday. And today is not yesterday. Today is a new space, a new energy, a new opening. Even if nothing around you has changed yet, something within you can. And that is where your power lives. Let me ask you something gently. What if nothing in your life is actually late? What if nothing is behind? What if everything is unfolding in a timing that your mind cannot fully see yet, but your heart can feel? If you slow down enough, think of a seed, my dear. When it is planted beneath the soil, it does not panic. It does not question its worth. It does not dig itself up to check if it's growing fast enough. It rests in darkness, in stillness. And yet, beneath the surface, something miraculous is happening. Roots are forming. Strength is building. Life is preparing to rise. And when the time is right, not early, not late, it breaks through the surface effortlessly. You are no different. There are things growing within you right now that you cannot yet see. There are shifts happening quietly, deeply, and just because they are invisible does not mean they are not real. So, this morning, instead of asking, "What do I need to fix?" I want you to softly ask, "Who am I choosing to be today?" Feel the difference in that question. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't pressure you. It gently invites you inward, because your day will not be determined by how perfect everything goes. It will be shaped by how you feel, how you respond, how you carry yourself through it. You could have the same circumstances, the same conversations, the same schedule, and yet experience an entirely different day. Just by shifting your inner state, that is how powerful you are. Take a breath again. Let it be slower this time. And as you exhale, imagine releasing the need to control everything. You don't have to figure it all out this morning. You don't have to solve your entire life before breakfast. You are allowed to begin gently. You are allowed to begin softly. You are allowed to begin exactly where you are. And from that place, something begins to open. Now listen carefully, sweetheart. There is a difference between chasing happiness and allowing it. Chasing feels tense. It feels like something is missing. It feels like you must earn your peace by fixing everything first. But allowing feels like this: a quiet permission, a soft openness, a willingness to feel okay, even before everything is perfect. And when you allow happiness, even just a little, life begins to meet you there. Not because everything suddenly changes, but because your perception does. You begin to notice things you once overlooked. You begin to feel moments you once rushed past. You begin to experience life instead of just getting through it. So this morning, I want you to try something very simple. Don't rush. Don't reach for distractions immediately. Just sit with yourself, even if it's only for a minute. Place your attention on your breath and gently say inside your mind, "I am allowed to feel good today." Not forced, not exaggerated, just allowed. Let those words settle into you. Let them soften something within you, because so often the only thing standing between you and peace is the quiet belief that you're not allowed to feel it yet, that you must wait, that you must earn it, that something outside of you must change first. But that belief is not yours to keep anymore. You can set it down. Right here, right now. Take another breath and feel the space that creates. Now, I want to gently guide you deeper, because there is something important you need to understand. Your mind has been trained to look for problems. It scans for what's missing. It notices what's not working. And it does this to protect you. But sometimes it keeps you stuck in a loop where every day begins with tension and ends with exhaustion. But you can gently retrain it, not by fighting it, not by forcing positivity, but by introducing something new, something softer, something steady. Each morning, when you choose even one thought that feels slightly better, you begin shifting the direction of your entire day. Not instantly, but consistently, and consistency is where transformation lives. So instead of trying to feel amazing, just aim to feel a little lighter, a little calmer, a little more open. That is enough. That is more than enough. And from there, it grows. Just like the seed, quietly, naturally. without force. So now, my dear, let's take one more breath together, slowly in and gently out. And as you sit here, in this moment, I want you to realize something beautiful. You are not starting your day empty. You are starting your day aware. And that changes everything. Stay here with me, my dear, just a little longer. Feel how different this moment already is, simply because you chose to be present with it. You didn't rush. You didn't force. You just allowed yourself to arrive. And that, sweetheart, is how a peaceful day begins. Not by controlling everything outside of you, but by softening what's happening within you. Now, listen gently. There is something very quiet, yet very powerful, that happens in the morning. Before the noise of the world enters, before expectations begin pulling at your attention, there is a space, a delicate, open space, where your mind is more receptive, your heart is more available, and your energy is still unshaped. And in that space, what you choose to feel becomes the emotional foundation of your entire day. So if you begin with tension, the day carries that tone. If you begin with pressure, everything feels like effort. But if you begin like this, slow, aware, gentle, then something shifts. Life begins to meet you differently. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. And I know, part of you might still be wondering, but what about my problems? What about the things I still have to face today? Sweetheart, those things may still be there, but you will not be the same version of yourself meeting them. And that changes everything. Because when you meet life from calmness instead of fear, from openness instead of resistance, you begin to respond rather than react. You begin to see instead of assume. You begin to move instead of freeze. And slowly, the things that once felt overwhelming start to feel manageable, not because they disappeared, but because you are no longer shrinking in front of them. Take a soft breath and let that sink in. You are not here to control every outcome today. You are here to choose your state, and your state quietly influences everything else. Now, let me ask you something gently. What if happiness isn't something you need to find today, but something you practice allowing, moment by moment? Not a big, overwhelming feeling, but small, quiet moments of ease, like this one, like the feeling of your breath moving in your body, like the awareness of being here, right now, without needing to rush ahead. Happiness can be that simple, but we've been taught to overlook it, to wait for something bigger, to wait for a reason, to wait for permission. But my dear, you don't need permission anymore. You can choose it softly right now. Now I want you to place your attention gently on your heart and just notice. Not force, not analyze. Just notice. And as you do, I want you to begin repeating these words silently, slowly, as if you're speaking to yourself with kindness. I am safe in this moment. Pause. I am allowed to feel calm. Pause again. I am open to a peaceful day. Let each sentence land. Don't rush through them. Feel them. Even if it's just a small shift, even if it's barely noticeable, that's enough. Because real change doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. Now listen closely, sweetheart. There may be a part of you that resists this, a quiet voice that says, "This won't last. This is just temporary." You'll feel stressed again soon. And you know what? That voice isn't wrong, but it isn't in charge anymore, because you are not trying to feel perfect all day. You are simply learning how to return. Return to your breath. Return to awareness. Return to this softness again and again. That is the practice. That is the shift. And over time, that return becomes faster, more natural, more automatic, until one day, calmness is no longer something you visit. It becomes where you live. Take a deeper breath now, and as you exhale, imagine releasing the need to hold on to control. You don't need to grip today tightly. You don't need to predict everything. You don't need to prepare for every possible outcome. You can trust yourself to meet each moment as it comes. And that trust, that quiet, steady trust, is what creates a sense of ease. Now let's talk about something deeper, something that many people don't realize. Sometimes the reason it feels hard to stay positive is not because life is too difficult, but because you've been conditioned to expect struggle. You've learned over time to brace yourself, to anticipate problems, to stay alert, just in case something goes wrong. And while that once protected you, it may now be exhausting you, because living in constant anticipation keeps your body in tension, keeps your mind in overdrive, keeps your heart from fully opening. But today, you are allowed to soften that pattern. Not all at once, not perfectly, just a little. You are allowed to experience a day where not everything feels like a battle, where not every moment requires defense, where not every thought needs to be questioned. And as unfamiliar as that might feel, it is safe. You are safe to feel at ease. Now take another breath, slow and steady. And as you do, I want you to imagine your day ahead. Not in detail, not with pressure, just a gentle sense of it. And instead of asking, what could go wrong? I want you to softly ask, how would I like to feel? Not what you want to achieve. Not what needs to happen, but how you want to feel. Maybe it's calm, maybe it's light, maybe it's steady, maybe it's peaceful. Choose one feeling, just one, and let it settle into your body, because that feeling is something you can carry with you, not perfectly, but intentionally. And every time you remember, every time you pause, every time you take a breath, you reconnect with it. That is how your entire day begins to shift, not in one big moment, but in many small, quiet returns. Now, my dear, let's go even deeper together, because there is something beautiful I want you to understand about receiving. You don't attract a peaceful day by forcing yourself to be positive. You attract it by becoming available to it, by softening your resistance, by releasing the need to struggle, by allowing moments of ease, even when things aren't perfect. Receiving is not something you do, it's something you allow. And the morning is where that allowance begins. So instead of trying to have a good day, just allow space for one. Let it unfold. Let it surprise you. Let it meet you where you are, and trust that you don't have to control everything to experience something beautiful. Now gently, I want to guide you into a deeper affirmation. Let the words move slowly through you. I trust this day to unfold in ways I cannot yet see. Pause. I am open to small moments of joy. Pause. I release the need to rush. Pause. I allow myself to move through today with ease. Feel those words. Let them soften the edges of your thoughts. Let them create space in your body, because this is how you begin to reprogram your inner world, not through force, but through gentle repetition, through emotional presence, through consistent awareness. And as you continue your day, there will be moments where you forget this feeling, moments where stress returns, moments where old patterns try to take over. And that's okay. That's part of being human. But each time you notice, each time you pause, each time you come back to your breath, you are strengthening something new. A new way of being, a new way of moving through life, a new relationship with yourself. So don't aim for perfection today. Aim for awareness. Aim for softness. Aim for returning again and again. And now, sweetheart, as we come to the end of this moment together, I want you to feel something deeply. You are not alone in this. You are supported in ways you cannot always see. There is a quiet unfolding happening in your life. There is a gentle guidance moving you forward. Even when things feel unclear, even when timing doesn't make sense, even when you question everything, something is still working in your favor. So as you step into your day, carry this with you. You don't need to force happiness. You don't need to chase peace. You simply need to allow it, one breath at a time. Now, take one final, slow breath, and as you exhale, gently open yourself to the day ahead, soft, calm, and quietly ready.